top of the morning to you. This is the Lake Mac Live Show, and as you know, we always have a chat with people because everyone has a story. And I tell you what, my next good friend has a fantastic story. It just never ends. You just keep...
It never ends.
The journey keeps going on and on.
Yep.
And of course, we just heard you there, Aldila.
Aldila, yeah.
Yes, there you go.
I stole that song from Connie Francis.
From Connie Francis. Well, that's a good person to be stealing it from, to be honest.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
you're just, well, I mean, you're so busy. You've just come back really from your studio over at Wadalba. That's all been
we just
set up now.
built a new recording studio at Wadalba, fully equipped for everything, and there's people in there at the moment. A group called the Mr. James Band are in there at the moment. They're a rock and roll band, very popular on the Central Coast.
Yeah.
And they're in there at the moment doing an album. Yeah.
Fantastic. So for people who are wanting to record albums, music, what else?
Backing tracks, out with albums, voiceovers. I'm still writing a lot of jingles for clients that I used to have in Sydney.
Wow.
For people and things like that.
And what a magnificent London accent you have.
Look, it's sort of crept back in a little bit because I've just returned from London. So
of course, and you've got some great news for us. You've just married.
Yes, we got married in a week just before Christmas. Yeah.
Yeah, but you've been with your partner for a long time.
Yeah, about 17 years.
17 years.
Yeah,
so you thought, but after 17 years, I better make the honest woman out of it.
Well, yeah, we've been kicking it around for a while, and we basically set the date and everything and said, yeah, this is what we're going to do. And then my daughter came up to see us and said, Dad, I'm getting married on so-and-so date, so we can hang on. That's just basically when we are.
Ooh.
And so we had to put it on the back burner, so not to rain on her parade. So
no,
yeah,
of course, yeah. So 20 years later, here we are.
I think it was the men are not supposed to remember dates, but I think it was the 6th.
There you go, 6th or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll get a poke and a prod when
I will if I've got it wrong.
Yeah, well, when the anniversary comes up as well, you'll get some reminders.
I can't remember dates or birthdays now.
No, of course not. That's a man's prerogative. So then you went over to London.
Yeah, we've been to London.
Not a sunny honeymoon.
It was freezing. Yeah, you have no idea. We expected it, and we was hoping to get snow, but it didn't until 2 days after we left to come back. So but it was so cold.
Yeah, it was freezing.
And so expensive.
That's amazing. So you were telling me, how much is fuel over there?
Unleaded is $4.20 a litre.
Wow.
£1.98, which is close to £2, so you double that.
Double that.
So it's $4, about $4.20 a litre.
So it's really 3 to 4 times.
Yeah. Double.
Yeah.
It's double.
Yeah, but 3 to 4 times the cost of our petrol here.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, lucky they don't have too far to go, although the traffic's a problem.
Yeah, look, I don't know. They must be on massive amounts of money, or they're doing it really tough. I mean, food is so expensive.
Really?
We went into just your average restaurant. Well, I ordered 2 ham sandwiches, 1 cheese sandwich, 3 cups of coffee. It was £53.
Pounds?
That's 100
and then you've got to double that.
$100 and something dollars.
That's outrageous.
And of course, Carol, my wife, she's gluten free, and we had a big problem because they're not that switched on with gluten free food.
Oh, really?
No, and so we went into a shop to get her some bananas, and 4 bananas was $10.
Get out. That is crazy.
Everything is.
So I mean,
really
I didn't bring you on to talk about the politics of Brexit, but apparently that's going to, if they do exit out of Brexit, they do have the Brexit, they're going to have horrendous costs in their food.
Well, I don't know too much about it, but I think there's going to be a problem when it finally happens. But then it should settle down. But because it seems to be the reason why they're in this mess is because they belong to the European Union.
Okay, right.
And they're governed by what they charge in France, what they charge. And so, it's a ridiculous situation.
So they'd actually be able to open up their trading market.
They will, and they can trade on their own terms.
Yes, yeah, potentially.
And charge what they want to charge.
Exactly. And set up some better deals for themselves.
I know it's a complete mess, and I don't know too much about it, but if it doesn't go through, which it has to, it'll be a civil war, I reckon, in England.
It sounds like it. I mean, I only see it from friends and relatives on Facebook, but it sounds like a calamity, I tell you what.
I mean, they seem to be used to the price of things, you know, but I just couldn't get over it. And in the end, you just pay it. You go, look, I can't think about this, what we pay here. We don't realise how lucky we are. We just don't.
Well, don't tell too many people, because we want to keep it keep it on the low down. I keep saying that to people about Central Coast, Newcastle, Lake Macquarie. Don't tell too many people about.
Look, we are so lucky. I mean,
paradise.
Look, we weren't getting up till 10 o'clock in the morning because it was still dark, you know. And then you look at the clock and go, wow, it's 10 o'clock and it's still dark. Then 3:30, it's dark again.
It's a crazy
window, you know. It's just,
crazy life. Yeah. So you're back to be on. Great to be back on home soil.
Yeah, it is. It's always good to come home.
Yeah, it always is. But you hit the ground running. You've got Cabaret up and running. You're only down for a couple of weeks there.
Yep.
And I heard it is 19 years at Hali.
This week at Hali, it will be 19 years since it started.
Wow. That is crazy.
Yeah, I haven't been there that long. I think I've been there around 7, something like that. I mean, you lose track of time. And
well, you do as well, particularly.
And before me, a gentleman by the name of Stephen Gillespie used to run the show. Unfortunately, Steve had a stroke, and he never 100% recovered from it, and found it pretty hard. And so I replaced him probably, I think it's about 7 years ago.
Yeah, and going amazingly strong.
Every week.
Absolutely. Every week you never surprise, we're lost if we're surprised at who you've got on. It's always some amazing show, very different.
The shows are always fantastic. The band is incredible. I mean, we had an act on last week, which only a few weeks ago was at that new theatre in Wyong. And it was like, I don't know, $70 a ticket or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Like an alley last week, you could come in there for $18 with a 2-course meal and a band and a show. You know, so I mean, we're not better to be than on a Wednesday at Hali.
But the quality is there, So you've got to book in, really. You've got to book in because people do book in.
You have to book. You know, getting early because we do get packed out, and the food is fantastic. Like the Funky Doodahs, they've been voted twice the best backing band in the whole of Clubland.
Wow, yeah.
You know, and the acts
everywhere. Yeah,
and the acts are fantastic.
So the structure of the show is the Funky Doodahs are on first.
Yeah, we start at 11 o'clock. The show starts at 11. I do the first hour with the Funky Doodahs. We have an hour's interval. Then we start again at 1 o'clock and go through till 2 with an act from Sydney or wherever. I'm getting acts from all over the place. This coming week I've got a guy, his name's Paul Heyman. Now he doesn't do clubs that often, you know, and I've managed to get hold of him. He's an international act. He works the ships mostly. He's absolutely fantastic. You know, I mean, just before Christmas, the month before Christmas, we had 5 international impersonators.
I know. They were fantastic. You had Rod Stewart, Elton John. Celine Dion. Oh my goodness! It goes on and on. They were just fantastic.
Every week was an international, and I'm trying to find new acts, and also I tried to put on new up and coming people as well to give them a chance to, and some of them are so good.
So how can they get on to you? If people are listening and go, I am in a fantastic upcoming, or I know someone,
they can ring me. Just ring me. I don't mind putting my phone number over if people want to call me and they know somebody. I do get a lot of calls from duos and things, people like that, but we can't use acts that don't have music.
Okay.
You know, they ring me and they want to use their backing tracks. Well, we can't do that because we have a live band and we want to keep it live.
This is the format of the show, really, isn't it? That's
so they've got to have 50 minutes worth of entertainment, plus they must have music charts for the band to play for them. You know.
Great, fantastic.
Yeah.
So you've got that fella who's you've got him off
next
the
week,
ship.
Paul Heyman.
You've got him off a cruise ship for a day.
Yeah.
Paul Heyman. And who have you got lined up for the next couple of weeks?
Coming up this month, Paul Heyman's next week. The following week's a guy called Lonnie Brabender.
Yes.
And funny name, Brabender. I don't know how he got the name Brabender, but maybe he worked in the women's.
Was he born
factories.
with it? I'm not sure.
Yes, he was actually.
He was,
his father named him Lonnie after a guy called Lonnie Donegan.
Yeah, of course.
Who I used to work for, and
Lonnie
so that's a coincidence.
Yeah.
And Lonnie's great. He's fantastic. The following week we've got a young guy, an up and coming star. His name's Christopher Booth, and we've had him before. And the reason why he's back because people say we've got to have him back. We've got to have him back. So I've booked him back. And then the last act for this month is a Maori lady. Her name is Suzanne Pino. And she's absolutely fantastic, and she hasn't been to the club before. She's a big friend of Peter Packy, who we have quite often. If I go away, I generally get Peter to sit in for me, and so the quality of her is just absolutely brilliant.
Now I think I have seen her on TV before. She's Maori. Did you
Margo,
say?
yeah.
She's got an amazing voice, as so many Maori people do. I mean, that they just it's just amazing.
Yeah, they shouldn't be allowed.
They do, and they all can sing. You know, all of them. The whole family can sing.
Yeah,
usually,
and they naturally pick harmonies and everything. They're absolutely fantastic.
I love it. That is a great lineup.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
So that's this for February.
Yeah, you'll be booked up for Feb.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, as I said before, for $18 you get 2-course meal, coffee, tea, and a fantastic show. I mean, it's just if people to go to Sydney to have that same thing, you'd be talking, $120, $140, or more.
Yeah,
or
more. That's it.
And then they've got to get there. We've got good parking. We've got everything. Everything. Just come to a club and you've got fantastic parking. It's not like you've got to walk for miles or catch a train or everything.
And in our summer, it's cool.
Yeah,
cool
that's another thing, isn't it? In the heat at the moment, why would you want to be? And a lot of people go to the shopping centre to get cool. Come to Hali, and see a show.
Yeah, that's it.
And have something to eat.
Yeah, meet some friends here.
Yeah. Well, they're going to go to the shopping centre, probably have something to eat, wander around there, and spend $20
exactly
on coffee and sandwich.
Stuff you don't need.
And just come to Hali and watch a show.
Fantastic.
For $18, it's crazy.
Now, February, Valentine's Day is coming up too, so this might be something to bring.
But what day is Valentine's Day?
Oh my goodness, you are going to get
up with
shot.
All that,
You're going to get shot,
I know.
Mr. Cooper. 14th it is. The
14th
of Feb.
Of February.
So I believe it might be a Thursday. Is
well,
it? See, I'm
it's a
Thursday.
And no, I'm looking at February 14th of February. It's a Thursday.
It's a Thursday.
Yeah.
So you could get tickets for your
the Wednesday show.
You don't have to bring your husband with you.
No, of course not.
No, he gives you the tickets to go out, and you go out with your girlfriends or your sisters, your mum, your auntie, bring them along.
Yeah, or get a group of you.
To be honest, that's the best Valentine's Day.
Why don't they get a group of 10 and squeeze them for one, like 9 pay and 1 for free? That'd be a good idea, wouldn't it?
That's a great one.
I've
gone through my entire life not realising
I don't think they'd knock that back. I wouldn't.
Exactly. Well, thank you so much for that. What I'm going to play for you, you probably haven't heard it for a while, is you singing On the Road Again.
Oh, that album, that's an album I did with Carter Edwards, I think.
Yes, well, we've got it on our library here.
Okay.
It's you. We've got an album of you and an album with you and Carter Edwards as well.
Yeah, gee, that's old now.
How is Carter Edwards?
He's good.
Yeah?
We had dinner last week together and over at his place. See what it is. I'll tell you what happens when he rings me and says, "Let's go out for a meal." Right? What happens is I pay, but when he says I'll pay, it's always at his place for a cheese sandwich and a cup of coffee.
Carter Edwards, get your act together. Thank you so much for that, Roy. We'll make sure that we let Carter Edwards. He's gonna pay for it next time.
He will.
I'll tell you what. Here is Roy Cooper, Carter Edwards on the road again. Great Aussies. Thanks so much, Roy.
Pleasure.